Welcome to the Unpopular Playground podcast, where Jen, Lynn, and Debbie will help you navigate life's twists and turns and rock your world by the time you're 30.
All right, welcome back for our last episode here in June on our laundry month. The whole theme is laundry month and looking good with our appearance. Now we are into that special episode that you've been waiting for. I'm Jen Lynn.
I'm Debbie,
Take it
and
out.
this is my forte when it comes to laundry is stains.
doing?
People call me from all over and go, I got this. What do I do? Okay.
You're the laundry doctor.
That's what they call me, the laundry goddess. For stains, pre-treat any stains before you wash. If you find a stain, do not put it in the wash because then you totally soak it right into the fabric and you'll never get it out. It's the best way to get rid of any stain, whether it's paint, makeup, or berry stains. Immediately treat it before it settles into your clothing. So you spill something on yourself, don't take water and wipe and go, all right, well, I'll put it in laundry and deal with it tomorrow. No, deal with it right now and you get that stain right out. Using a stain remover, I prefer Shout if it's something that, I'm going to treat it and then spray that. Treat the soiled spot from the underside. Turn it inside out. This way, you force the stain out of the fabric rather than through it. Be mindful to always follow the manufacturer's instruction on any stain removal product. Test the product first on a hidden part of the garment to avoid further stains. Usually, I'll take a seam or a cuff, a hem, and I'll just spray a little bit on there. There's no stain, but I'll just spray a little bit on to make sure that it's not going to affect the fabric and turn it a different color so that I don't put it on the front of my shirt or my pants and have this big stain.
Can I ask you a question about this?
Yes.
I'm at the theater and we love our popcorn buttery.
Yes.
And you get some of that popcorn butter on your thing. I've ruined so many shirts with butter oil. I've given them away to charity because I've never been able to get those stains out. Are you able to do that?
Turn it inside out. Take Dawn dishwashing detergent. Dawn gets the grease out.
About that. So
Yes.
you were able to save those popcorn butter.
Because I always drop.
I tried to shout, tried everything.
No.
You were
no.
fine.
Dawn gets the grease out. You take the Dawn and you liberally, inside out fabric, liberally place it on there and stuff.
I thought it was just for dishes.
No,
Although I did hear that they used them for the birds when they were in the oil.
Yes.
Or whatever.
And not only does it, no,
about
you're right. Because not only does it get the grease like out the butter stains in that, but my husband, I swear, every time we were getting ready to go out, he would decide to do something. One time he's got white shorts on. He decides, oh, I'm just going to add oil into the car. Black grease all over the shorts. And I'm like, well, we can't go out like that. So I told him, take off your shorts, go in and change. I took the Dawn, and on the stains, I just took the Dawn and followed the lines inside out. What a good thing to do is put it on a towel because you don't want it getting into the counter. You want it to draw out. So if it's on a counter, it's just going to sit on top. Putting it on a towel, the Dawn into the towel, it will draw it through and get rid of the stain. Butter, because it's grease and oil.
You're the laundry doctor. You are the laundry goddess. I thought I was going to stump you with that one. Her wonder she's going to be able to do this situational thing.
Oh, yes, I can. I've done them all. Dawn is very good for cleaning your glasses. When your glasses are dirty and got greasy and smudgy, run them under cold water. Do a little drop of Dawn on the inside and the outside of the glasses. Use your fingers like this. Rub them around. Run them under cold water. Take your cloth and just wipe. Ta-da. Glasses are as pristine as the day you bought them. I'm like, okay. Because I carried a little bit because I knew she was going to have dirty glasses. I carried a little bottle of Dawn. I did the Dawn, went in the bathroom, ran the cold water, did it, and she goes, now you can see so you don't flip off the bar or the beam.
That's really good to know because you go into, interviewers or anybody that you are trying to impress, they're going to see your dirty glasses.
Exactly.
You need to do. That's part of the look. It's so appropriate to mention that.
Yeah, if you get a little tiny bottle, squeeze bottle, whatever, put a little bit of Dawn, not the new one that they have that you spray on, the regular original.
You can go into Target or Walmart and get those travel containers.
Yeah, and just put a little Dawn in your bag.
Right.
And make sure you run the glasses under cold water first. Dot, dot, flip it over, dot, dot, do it around under the water. Take your cloth, boom, boom. It's like you had brand new glasses. Now, getting back to some examples of stains and removers that you can find in your home. Grass stains, vinegar. Now, and get this, people laugh. Red wine, white wine.
I drink wine all the time. I spilled red wine and had to give things to charity for red wine.
Well, white wine. Blood. You get blood, hydrogen peroxide sucks it right out. Oil, white chalk.
Oh
So,
my
like,
gosh.
oil, like, you vinegar and oil, white chalk.
I've had to get rid of so many scrubs because of blood. I could not get the blood out.
Oh, yeah. Hydrogen peroxide. Pss, pss, and yep,
Oh
you
my
can watch
God.
it disappear. Coffee
That's
stains,
insane.
baking soda, deodorant, denim. So if you have a pair of jeans that have you're getting rid of them or whatever else, cut out a couple of little swatches of the denim. So you put deodorant, they go, oh, no stain, goes on dry, stays on dry. Yeah, I buy all that, and let me tell you, I put on a shirt and I've got it all over my shirt, even though because as you're sliding it over your head, denim, and the denim will take it out. For sweat, lemon juice. You got sweat stains, lemon
Yeah.
juice. Lip baby wipes will get lipstick out. Ink, milk. And finally, makeup, shaving cream. And these are
Oh,
everyday, most frequent stains that you will deal
We're
with
putting this in the community. We're
Yes.
putting this in our community.
And on anything white, white jeans or whatever else. You get a little bit of a stain, turn them inside out, take the Q-tip, dab it in liquid bleach, dab it right on that stain, maybe 2 drops on there. Don't do anything else with it. If you're doing a leg on the jeans, put a towel in between so it doesn't go through to the other side of the leg of the pants.
That is amazing. Oh my gosh. I
Yep.
didn't even know about half that stuff.
Well, I've had lots of kids between my daughter, who was a rough and tumble kid, my 3 grandchildren. It's like you can't go out and keep buying clothes. Like I say, you get socks, white socks, or any white T-shirts. The guys wear the white T-shirts. They get dingy looking yellow.
Yellow.
Vinegar in the washing machine, a cup of vinegar along with your detergent.
No, okay, I got another situation. Let's see if Debbie can figure this one out. What about okay, it's not really stains per se, but smells. Some body odor smell. When I was teaching, a lot of the kids came and they wouldn't even take a shower, but they used the Axe body deodorant.
Yeah, but
and
that's just
had
masking the
replacement for a
stink.
shower in
Yeah.
their clothes, with smell. So, and then after a while, sometimes they take a shower, but they're not washing their clothes.
Do laundry. There's
Or-
nothing that will get the stink out. They sell these now, like the beads that you can add a cup of the beads into your laundry, and that will get the smell out, and your clothes will smell fresh. Sometimes they smell like they've been out on a clothesline, or you can
That's
use
what
those.
about, the kids that they're starting to watch our stuff and they realize, oh my gosh, my clothes really smell. And maybe I've not washed them and they're grimy and stuff like that, but they think it's clean. Remember, like we discussed before, clean is relative. What we think is clean, what other people, we would think is disgusting, what other people think is clean. And they watch our videos and they're going, oh my gosh, okay, do I need to burn my clothes, or is there
No.
for them?
No, one thing.
How many times do they
When you wash, well, they should be washing their clothes. I mean, any young person today, you wash your clothes when you're done wearing them every day. You don't wear the same clothes over and over because they sweat, they have pheromones, smells, and everything else.
I
But
think that's what they're doing. They're not
Yes.
washing their clothes after
no,
every
that's what I'm saying. They wear it for 3 and 4 days, and it's like, and I've seen it with My grandson, sometimes, even my granddaughter, the older one, a couple of times, it's like she's picking pants off. Well, I can get another day out of this. No, you wear the clothes. You have hormonal changes going on in your body. When you sweat, that comes through onto your clothes. Yeah.
How frequent?
Wash your clothes every day. For myself, if I don't sweat and I'm just sitting at home, I'll throw my clothes in the washing machine because I'm doing a delicate cycle on cold water. I'm not going to ruin my clothes.
Now I got another question, Debbie.
Mhm.
What would you recommend? Like, okay, they're washing their clothes every day. They don't have a lot of things like how many pairs of clothes, like the basics of clothes that they can have to where they can cycle their clothes, like how many underwear, how many undershirts or whatever, that they can be cycling this stuff
Okay.
out. You see where I'm getting at?
Yes, I would say at least for 1 week, at least 14 pairs of underwear. Because you're going to put the
Okay.
pair on that you're wearing during the day. And after you take a shower, you're going to put another pair on when you go to bed or you're sitting around eating dinner or whatever else. So 14 pairs. Same thing with the t-shirts because that's what gets the sweat. You need at least 2 weeks worth of clothing because you're not going to wash every day. But then like,
Like
you
your
work.
undergarments, especially.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Those especially. You work 5 days. Okay. So on the weekend, you're going to do laundry. So you're going to do that week's worth of laundry. But you want to have a new set for the following week because you can't keep wearing, even though you wash them, you can't keep wearing the same things over and over because eventually, yeah. I mean, the stain is going to get
The
embedded.
sock, 14
Oh,
pairs of
sock.
socks.
Easy.
So it's like, I guess that's what I'm trying to help think out for these young kids.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm living on my own. What do I need to have for my staple? You have your staples for your kitchen, for,
Right.
all this kind of stuff. Okay, well, what do I need to invest in myself so that I can stay hygienic with my
Right.
clothes? And
Socks, underwear, t-shirts, whatever shirts you're going to wear, either on your job if it's a uniform or if you're working in an office. You can't wear the same shirt every day, and pants and stuff like that. Boys don't dab after they pee. So that little bit that's left or whatever, when they flip it back into
Don't
their
let it out.
pants,
Yeah.
it'll go through your underwear, especially the underwear that they have now that's so thin, and it gets on your pants. So those pants need to go in the laundry that night. Because if you did that 2 and 3 days in a row, that urine buildup would be
Wearing
gone
that
off.
stay pants
Right.
with the smell, and then the shirts underneath,
Oh,
whatever
the
they're
armpits
wearing.
and what I recommend to my kids when they were going through it, it's like, okay, so you put in your detergent pod, your laundry detergent pod. Then they have the laundry, the OxyClean pods. It's like powdered bleach. Okay. What that does, it just brings the vitality back into your clothing as far as color and everything else and helps get rid of any stains. And then if worse comes to worse, I mean, like for socks and stuff like that, throw in some vinegar. But you need to shower every day and you need to change your clothes and put them in the laundry every day. You can't wear them. Can't pick them up off the floor and go, oh, they smell okay. I can get another day. No.
I'm not gonna wash this because I put it on just now.
But if you're not sweating,
Exactly. I'm not sweating.
we're not like the young kids.
Oh,
Young kids
so
sweat, and the sweat is, the
So that would be-
hormones. Yeah.
so I was trying to highlight the difference. I know somebody that would when I was working with young girls, they would go in and change their shirt like 3 times and it's not dirty and having extra laundry to do. So it's like, why are you going to go change your clothes 5 times a day? And then, okay, I'm going to throw it in the washer too. So you don't want to go to,
No, but it depends. If a child feels like they sweat a lot and
well, that
they
would be
feel like they smell, that's different. They come home from school and they didn't do anything in school to sweat. And you tell them, okay, change your clothes. And then, okay, so they put on their clothes afterwards and that. And all these clothes are going in the wash. It
exactly what I'm
takes
talking
a
about.
parent teaching the child to say, well, why did we put this in here? You wore it for 2 hours. You didn't run a marathon. You were, I mean, it's
But
like,
a lot of people, Debbie, don't have this isn't being taught in school, and that's what
right.
the whole
That's what I'm
point is.
saying. So,
Trying to
yeah,
help think it out for these young people that, Okay, the basics like the t-shirts and the socks and the
And the
underwear, that's what you need to be changing every day. But if you have something that you're not wearing a whole lot, or maybe a jacket, like you wear a jacket and it's not dirty, you don't need to throw that in the washing machine.
not every day, but I would say depending on the age of the child and the sex of the child, I'd say at least maybe every 4 days.
Most of the people look, if you're a parent, a young
Right.
parent, these are some things to consider to help with your children because you don't want to be doing all this extra laundry for nothing.
Yeah.
That because it's gonna really pile up. Well, you don't want to do that. It's just trying to help get mindset into
Right.
you that of what needs to be washed every day, how much basics that you need to have of the shirts and the socks and the t-shirts. I know like when I was in the military, we had the BDUs or whatever, so the fatigues. I would send those off to the cleaners because that was a lot to do. I was a busy person, so I'd send the fatigues off,
Yeah.
wash my own stuff, but I'd change the t-shirt, underwear, and all that. But the fatigues that would last a week,
Yeah.
because and even with the costumes that I wear, I don't sweat, so every 3 or 4 times I'll wash those. But my t-shirts and my understuff,
Anything
starting to
that
put in there.
directly touches your body should be washed daily.
Exactly. Yes, I guess that's the thing of what I'm trying to get out,
Yes.
but I was having a hard time saying it,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yes.
If it directly touches your skin, your body, it needs to be washed daily, every time. That's why 2 weeks worth will get you through a week because you can wash it. And then the next day you've got a new one. And then at the end of the week, when that one comes out, then now you're going to start off with 2 weeks worth of new stuff. They now have these they're little balls, and you throw Downy makes them, I think Snuggle and somebody else. And it's like you take a little tiny capsule and you throw it in your wash cycle, and it just makes your clothes smell fresh.
Yeah.
Tammy does that for the kids because each one of them was going through their phases where they were growing and maturing. And it was like, oh, stinky, stinky, stinky and girl stinky.
Well, I taught junior high, Debbie,
Uh,
and I smelled it every time they came back from PE.
Everybody, young women, you have discharge. I don't care who you are. And when you take off your underwear at night, you need to take shout and just shout the crotch area because that will get rid of the stain, the bacteria. Otherwise, that soaks into the skin. And even though you're washing it and everything else, you will still see the stain if you don't shout it out. And you're putting that against your body. And I trained all of my girls to do that. It's like, nope, that's a must. And I even
There's
had,
another option to that, Debbie. My grandma always had me use panty liners.
oh God,
I
yeah,
did
but
that.
I know,
I used
but I,
panty liners, and then I
yeah,
didn't have to do that.
yeah, I know. And that's okay. But A, that's costing you a fortune to do those. And they are not the most comfortable thing. When it's hot, I don't want to wear Kotex. I know that thing, but they're still there and they move around. And it's like, no, no, I'd rather, I mean, you're not pissing your pants. It's just little dribbles. So what is it? Okay, take them up, put them in the laundry basket. Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, you ain't getting me in no panty liners and stuff like that. That's like, no, I got out of those when I was 40 and I'll never wear them again.
and that's another reason to stay healthy because then you don't have to go to the diaper.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's okay.
It's like, because I would
And
always I would ask my granddaughters, you have discharge. And they would look and I go, you guys probably smegma, whatever you call it. And that it is smegma, but it was like,
yeah,
you need to get rid of that. And the way you do that is, and you don't want to put powders because powders will dry when that little bit hits. Now you've got that rubbing against your skin. At least with your underwear, it'll get trapped inside. That's why you have that extra layer in the crotch lining. So it'll get
I
trapped
did all
inside.
the things wrong. I use powders.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't use powders. Powders are very bad. They don't even recommend using powder on little babies' vaginas anymore,
Well, now they have that Johnson's and Johnson's lawsuit. Now I'm thinking, half the things I think there's going to be a commercial on it.
right? Oh, they did have
They
that
have
commercial.
They have that
Yeah,
powder.
yeah.
J&J powder.
Because now my mom always told us cornstarch. Because
Oh,
cornstarch,
yeah.
it's pure. and it doesn't have anything in it and it won't give you the infections. You don't want anything that's going to hold it for like 12 hours while you're outside doing whatever you're doing, then come back. And now you got that clump of with the
Yes.
smegma in it, and
No.
that's right up against, your vagina. And it's like, no, that's not good. But yeah, no,
Well, I would
I
imagine it would be just as bad for a boy, I mean,
yeah.
because,
But the only thing on boys, everything is outside. But boys, they just have the tip of the penis. And when they pull up their underwear, some shake and most of it will come off.
you get
But
those whitey tighties, everything's kind of condensed. And I
yes.
think maybe that might, if you're using powders,
Oh God, you don't, yeah.
that might
No,
not be so good.
no, you don't want to use powders. And most
I would
people
say,
today,
that's what I'm saying is
yeah.
everybody should avoid the powders,
Yes. Oh, yes.
you know,
Yes.
for that reason.
Guys today wear boxer briefs where they're,
Yeah, which
they're
is
not
probably better
thin
than
and
the
they've got
tighty.
a wicking material. The material is wicking.
Oh,
So
yeah.
things,
Which is
and they
way better.
nowadays they make t-shirts like that, which Tammy has bought like from Memphis and that, so that it takes the sweat away from the body.
When I was little, and when my
Right.
son was smaller, I wish they
Right.
had,
But
because,
yeah, basically, if a kid smells, it's because they're not bathing every day and they're not changing their clothes. They're wearing the same clothes. So
yes.
that's, that's the thing.
Hopefully
And
this will be helpful for somebody,
yeah,
some young person living, because unfortunately they're not teaching these things in
no.
schools.
Oh God, no.
Um,
No.
and a lot of times, like I said, I'm Gen X, and a lot of the people raising kids now are Gen X. I didn't know a lot of this stuff. I was fortunate that I had my grandma
Right.
and my mom teach me things because they were really good and they taught us
Yeah.
things. I mean, at least the basics. I think a lot of the parents, what I was getting at, don't know these things. So they're not able to pass along this,
Right.
even though so we're not blaming parents for not teaching their kids is because they don't know.
Yeah.
It's not any fault of the parent. If you're not taught, you teach what you know, but if
Yeah.
you don't know, they're
Well,
not teaching it in school either. So
right.
it's like, how is this gonna be able to get out there to help them? So that's why it's like it's perpetually going. And so that's the whole purpose of our podcast, is to be able to
Yeah.
help get this information out there so that you can be your best and look your best. And you can't do it if you don't have clean clothes.
No.
On that happy note, we're going to bid you farewell.
And we'll see you the next time. Stay healthy. Stay safe. Bye.
Bye.
If you're all about staying curious and having fun, you're in the right place. Follow us here, the Unpopular Playground. Make sure to share this with your young adult and high school friends. Don't forget you can reach out to us direct on Insta at Unpopular Playground 1791 with your questions, or even just to say hi. Stay curious and see you next episode.